Hey students, welcome back. You will definitely need your periodic table for this one. If you do not have it, please go find it, hit pause, come back. All right, we definitely need our periodic table for this one. So now, yesterday or in the last video, we learned how to identify conjugate acid-base pairs. Today, we're going to learn how to name acids and bases, and hopefully we saw a little bit enough yesterday that we can identify a little better our acids and bases. So let's go ahead and see. All right, and I think this is page 46, but again, kind of roll with what you got. All right, so here we go. Naming acids. So we're going to start with naming acids. And to start, we identify an acid because it starts with H. So anything that starts with H, including water, is technically considered an acid, which is a little bit weird because we don't think of that. But acid or water could actually be considered an acid. We don't really call it that because, well, you know, it's actually neutral, but again, those things. Okay. There are two types of acids. We have our binary acids. And our binary acids contain two elements, and one of those elements is hydrogen. So this is very simple to do, all right? So what we do to write these out, we write the name hydro or the prefix hydro, and then we write the root of the anion, which is our non-hydrogen element, and then we finish it with ic acid. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So let's check out a couple of examples here. So the first thing that we do is we note we have two elements. We have hydrogen and chlorine. All right, two elements. So we know it's binary. So we name it this way. So we start with the word or the prefix hydro. Then we write the root of the anion. So we write the root of chlorine. So we're going to say chlor. And then we finish it with ic acid. So this is called hydrochloric acid. And you've probably heard about this one before. It's the one that's floating around in your tum-tum. That's why sometimes when you like throw up or have a burp or something, it burns because of that hydrochloric acid that you have in your stomach. So let's try one that's maybe not quite as familiar to us. All right, so we have HBr, right? Two elements, so we know it's binary. So we check that out. So we're going to say hydro to start it off. And then to finish it, we're going to say brome, right? Because bromine. And then we're going to finish it with hydrobromic acid. All right. This one is not as useful or do we know very much about it, but it's there. All right. Cool. Let's move on. Our other type of acid is called a ternary acid. A ternary acid means that it has three or more elements. Basically, we have hydrogen and a polyatomic ion. That's the biggest part we want for our periodic table. So we're going to use that polyatomic ion table, table that's at the top of your periodic table. So here's our key. If it ends in 8, we're going to change the 8, to ic acid. If it ends in ite, we're going to change it to us acid. Sounds pretty simple, right? No hydro on this one. No hydro. No hydro. Okay, key. No hydro. So we go HNO3. So HNO3, we notice we have three elements, right? And we also know NO3 is on our periodic table on our polyatomic ion. And NO3 is nitrate, right? This is nitrate. So since it ends in ATE, we're going to change it to ic, and we're just going to say nitric acid. Nitric acid. Okay? Let's try another one. HNO2, still a polyatomic ion, and this is nitrite. If we look that up on our periodic table, nitrite. So this will go from ite to us, so we're going to say nitrous acid. Okay? Awesome. That's our naming our acids. Now bases, we've been doing this since, when we started naming acids and bases, or since we started naming formulas back in the day. All of our bases end in OH. So we just name them like we've been naming them all along. So we have CaOH2, so we know Ca is calcium. We know OH is hydroxide, so we just say calcium hydroxide. Very simply. All right. And then the next one, we have aluminum and hydroxide. So we're just going to say aluminum hydroxide. Fairly simple. All right. See you next time.